Okay, go. Guys are dumb. Give me that one. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Welcome to the third episode of Pitt Philosophy Talk. Before we do anything, I have been instructed that we must read this letter out loud before we talk about anything. This is from Anthony Bebita, president of the Pitt Philosophy Alliance. As those of you within the philosophy community of Pitt have heard recently, on Saturday, August 6th, around 12:45 p.m., two members of the Pitt Philosophy Alliance, Ned German and Caleb Lingenfelder, left their apartment and proceeded by car on an escapade, the intention of which was to scare and intimidate members of the Pitt Philosophy Fellowship who were gathering at a known location. The actions they undertook that day are nothing short of unacceptable. PPA leadership was informed immediately, and both members were given a temporary suspension order from the PPA until things could be sorted out. The PPF was not concerned with the activities of both members and felt, quote, amused and assuaged. Only one member of the PPF, who happened to be standing outside, was involved in the confrontation. And we should also address our chagrin in the Pitt Film Club for being bystanders to the actions that took place, and instead of intervening, chose to record such events for their own use. Nonetheless, in our disappointment in both members who acted recklessly against our values, we have offered an olive branch to the PPF in the form of our show, Pitt Philosophy Talk. Having been in conversation with PPF President Luca Salinas, it was agreed upon that from now on, PPT will be presented by both the PPF and the PPA, with hosts being offered from both organizations. Ned and Caleb will be allowed to continue as hosts on the show, given the lack of volunteers from the PPA. We hope this is satisfying to end such disputes between the two organizations and to highlight that there is no need for outside intervention. Anthony Bebita, president of the Pitt Philosophy Alliance. So that's technically all we had to do. Read out the letter. I don't know how much else there is to say. I guess we should talk about the big elephant in the room. Trey over here. Trey is a member of the PPF, and from now on he will be joining us on the show. Welcome, Trey.
Thank you for having me here. Thank you for having me, guys. Of course.
It's great to have you. Ned and I have thought long and hard about this. I don't know if you have anything you want to say.
Well, maybe this is what we needed all along to get, an outside influence on the show. Our actions, we recognized that there was a problem.
We took it too far.
Took it too far.
That's true.
I think the physical harm inflicted on us should have been addressed more, but
yes, there was a back and forth, not as much just a forth on our part. There was a back that we were receiving too. We received it in the back.
But as Anthony says, this is an olive branch. We're here to make peace.
We're happy to have Trey here with us.
Exactly. So.
And we've seen how the community has kind of commented. People have given their takes on everything.
Dowhead XOXO said, "Hey Daniel, thanks for the advice on how to tell my parents I was ready to move out. Honesty and assertiveness went a long way." Quick meta question. I saw the video of what I think was your old roommates doing the world's worst mob pit ever, and I was wondering if you had any insight on what's wrong with them. Thanks again. Yeah, thanks, Dowhead XOXO. I'm glad you found the confidence we all know you had inside you all along. And to answer your question, they were super weird. I lived with them for around a year, and because I had to finish up my lit PhD, and they'd obsess over their philosophy talk, but they'd never talked about actual philosophy at all. I saw the video you were talking about, and it wasn't surprising to see them try to do that, something that stupid. They're idiots. But anyways, right now we're close to finishing up Citadel Fox, and I think I'm gonna create another one and then finish the side and back over there, and it should be good.
But we're just here to do the show.
Yeah.
We're here to do the show.
Yeah.
You don't care about that stuff. We're here for philosophy, all right? We're here for food, and we're here for guests, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Philosophy, food, guests. That's what we do here, all right? We're meeting at the intersection, head-on collision, big car pileup.
Seeing what comes
We're
up.
here. So Ned, why don't you get us started?
So today,
Our topic is Plato Love, all right? This is Pitt Philosophy Talk, episode 3. I'm Caleb Lingenfelder,
I'm Ned German.
And I am Trey Fehrenbach.
and this is Pitt Philosophy Talk, episode 3. Enjoy. For this week, discussing philosophy, we're going to talk about Plato Love. Plato's thoughts on love, and actually we have a perfect book for that here, something that Ned and I have surely dived deep into. It's a good one. Everyone should read it. Plato on Love. But we're going to be talking specifically about this idea in the Phaedrus, one of Plato's works, about this idea of chariots. This is basically Plato's understanding of love. You have yourself, you're on a chariot, and you got 2 horses, all right? Call one Bob, one Billy. You have Bob and Billy. Bob, good horse, Billy, bad horse, all right? And with love, you know, you get a little good and take. You gotta kind of mix the horses together, right? You're being led along by the good horse. The bad horse is kind of pulling you back a little bit. You gotta learn to control your horses, all right? Control yourself to reach that good love, all right?
Because you're standing up there with
Yep.
the whip, and you gotta, one hand on the chariot. You gotta make sure you're,
a good
whipping the
picture.
bad horse or whipping the good horse, or
And I think like with Plato, it's interesting because all of his stuff is made up. You know, he just makes up stuff that could never happen. You're not having chariots with horses that are flying. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, you walk out on the street today. I don't know. Have you ever seen a chariot out there pulling someone along?
No,
Exactly,
I haven't.
yeah.
That's, I guess it's a good point. Interesting take. Very interesting. Never heard anybody think of it like that, but
Well, yeah, we are original
Yeah.
philosophers.
You
We kind of, we take
Yeah.
it, we dissect it, we understand it, and we push it right out.
put
All
our own
right.
spin on it.
Yeah. So that is Plato on love. This week on Pitt Philosophy, meeting food, we have these colorful empanadas from the Colombian spot on Forbes. As you know, our scale is it as good as sour cream corn?
yeah, I just want to interrupt you 1 second. I've honestly never heard of sour cream corn. I don't know what it is exactly, to be honest.
How could he have known? There's just no way for him to know. He's in the PPF. No, there's just no way for him to know. You can't take this out on him. How could he have known? Let me take up your sword. Why should you have to do this? You've been through so much. Let me do this on your behalf. Let me partake for you. Right? There's no reason you should have to do this. Sour cream corn is the cornerstone of the Pitt Philosophy Alliance, all right? I mean, you're taking basically a 1/4 gallon of sour cream, right? You're scooping it in, all right? As you're scooping it in, you're dumping in 4 cans of sour cream corn, all right? You're dumping, you're mixing until there's not 2 things that exist. There's one thing, sour cream corn, all right? You have experienced religion in your life, and you haven't, all right? There's no way for you to know how good you've experienced food, love, anything. We talk about love today, and I once felt love in the dead of night, all right? And it was a warmth that you could never understand. And I just don't know how to, we have to show him. We have to show him. Well, that was really good.
That was awesome.
That was great.
That was good.
You know, I'm glad you got to share
Yeah.
the tradition for
You
us.
being here really made it.
A PPF person, you know, I always, it was cool that you got to experience
Yeah.
them.
It's really cool that you guys have that for you guys. I'm really proud of you. It's a really cool thing. It's really special.
That means a lot coming from PPF.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's great. So we finished food. That's done. Now we're on to guests, and you know it's easy this week. Our co-host is our guest,
Look at that.
Trey. So Trey, what does philosophy mean to you?
You know, philosophy is everything to me. I grew up around it. My dad, who recently passed away, he really got me onto philosophy, and it's been my whole world. I have been studying everywhere across the world about philosophy, and I love philosophy. So
Well, I couldn't have said anything
No.
ever better myself.
No,
That was inspiring.
that was.
To have someone like this on our philosophy show, partake in sour cream corn with us.
Yeah.
I couldn't have asked for a better person.
no,
I feel like I met someone very special today.
I feel the same.
That's awesome. A great guest, a great show.
Great show. One of the best shows I think we've done.
Thank you, Trent.